Hi, my name is Barbara Hawkins Dixon,
And my name is Darlene Mayman.
and we are the authors of Substance of Building a Healthy Relationship. And we also have books, children's books that we did separately. So you could also purchase those books on Amazon as well, or either to uh, email us, go on our Facebook page, or call us, or whichever one is best for you.
Good morning, everyone. We're glad to be back. We've been off of here for about a month because we've been so busy, but we said we're coming back today. So our topic today is stop stressing yourself on trying to please someone who don't shows compassion to you. Barbara?
Uh, that is a real good subject, Darlene, because people find themselves doing that all the time. You pour into, which we did a topic on that before, pouring into peoples that don't pour into you. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have to just, bump our head because you could see the signs, and
Mm-hmm.
ignore it because you're trying to make something be that sometimes is not meant to be. So once
Right.
you keep trying to uh, push and press, someone to feel a certain way about you, if if you have to do that, is I think that's just a no, because if someone genuinely care about you or your feelings, you're gonna have to know that it's gonna show. If you have to force someone to care about you, then it's not legitimate, and that's not what you want. So
Right.
you have to just, when you see you pouring all you have into someone, and they're not showing no compassion or no concern or uh, toward you, then you have to pour back, because
Yeah.
remember, you more valuable than anybody.
Yeah, and that's sad to see that too, especially if if it's in your marriage and you with someone that you showing all the compassion for, and you doing everything, you're planning everything, you trying to make things, where y'all can do things together, but they're not showing any interest. Then that's a terrible relationship to be in, because you with someone who don't even take interest in anything that you do, or you're trying to do or show any interest on things that you are doing, but they want you to pay attention to everything that they're doing and not paying attention to what you're doing. So that kind of relationship is what you call an unhealthy relationship too. Because why would you want to be with someone who's not even showing nothing towards you? And that shouldn't be like that, especially in the marriage. You should be interested in what they do, and they should be interested in what you do. But if it's always you showing the interest in everything, so what is the point of the relationship? Because you're not going to be happy in that relationship, Barbara.
Yeah, because a good marriage, a good relationship, it requires partnership. It,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we all have our different ways of doing things. To be compatible, you don't have to do everything the same. You
Mm-hmm.
have your way and they have their way, but
True.
it's have to consist of compromise.
Yeah.
Maybe at first they're not interested in what you're doing, or you might not be interested in what they're doing. But if
Mm-hmm.
you have a good, firm, solid relationship, you will learn to, involve yourself with that, because you see this is what's important to them. And so if they
Mm-hmm.
mean anything to you, you're going to jump aboard to be a support system for them. So
Right.
that's vice versa, whether it's the husband or the wife. But if you're not coming together, what else gonna happen? You're gonna pull apart.
Yeah.
And so if that's not what you want, if you want to have a healthy relationship, you have to learn to, to compromise.
Right. And it could be things that you don't like or they don't like what you're interested in, but you have to like overlook that. Okay, you don't like it, but to show interest, you'll start participating, with them and things they like. Just saying an example would be I don't like certain sports, right? I don't like certain sports, but your partner likes sports. And so you'll take the time to, okay, I know I don't like football, but just let me sit down and, watch football with them. Or if you see she like things like going out bowling or things like that. You might not like bowling, but just to please her, you're gonna go out bowling with her. That's just to make that person happy and you make that person happy. But if you don't show like no kind of interest, like you want to go bowling with me, and they say no, I don't want to do that, or no, I don't like doing that. But you can't really look like that. You got to think in your mind, okay, well, this is something that she likes, so let me please her. Even though I don't want to do this, I'm gonna go anyway and bowl. You understand what I'm saying? Or if I
Yeah.
don't want to watch football because I don't like football, but I know that he likes football, so let me get some popcorn and some pop or something and just sit down and watch some
Right.
football with him.
Even though you might not understand
Yeah.
everything that's going on,
Uh-uh.
but the fact that
Right. Because
this is
me,
what
right,
they into, you
right.
will sit there
And
and try
watch
to
it.
understand it,
Girl, I'll be
and
sitting there with
watch it.
I'll be sitting there, there's some football, and I'll be saying it's a home run when it's a touchdown. So, like, what the heck? But I'm just saying you got to just participate. Because I've done that, like, was that before I really understood the sports? I'm like, was that a touchdown or a home run? You're like, this ain't no baseball, this football.
But see, that's what matters. That it was about
Yeah.
the support system.
Yeah.
That that ain't nothing you into,
And
but
then they be
you
like,
was
you know what?
purposely
Just
sitting there to try to,
watch. Yeah.
to watch it
Yeah.
with them.
Then they
Yeah.
be like, you know what? Just watch. Don't say nothing. Just watch. Because you messing the
Yeah,
game up.
and
A
then,
home
right.
run and it's football. Like,
And then I know because even from the beginning, when
uh-huh.
with those that it was basically like you be hollering and you be hollering for the wrong team
Yeah.
because you
Hell
didn't,
yeah. Uh-huh.
understand exactly. But as you watch, then with anything else, you start
And,
getting familiar with it and you understand it.
and hopefully you're both on the same team. Because if you yell for one team and they yell for the other team, y'all angry at each other.
Right.
Like, I don't
Like,
want you
what you
in here.
doing? Yeah,
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
doing?
You gone. You don't
Uh-huh.
need to be in here
You don't
watching
know
this
what
with me.
you're doing right. Just sit there and don't holler for no
I
team if you don't
know,
know
I
who you
know.
hollering
You
for.
don't even know what who team you on. So, but it's good to be able to. You have to in a relationship. Take interest in what the other person is doing because it's not right to see you trying to do things and plan things and set up things for y'all to do as a couple, but they don't never want to do it. So that like you said, so if you notice that keeps happening over and over and over again, you start to lose interest and then you be like, forget it, I just do it. But you start going on and doing those things on your own, to please yourself. But that's not, you might as well be by yourself. If you with a person or a mate and they not participating in anything that you like to do, or y'all not hanging out together, you just watching TV together, or just doing something, that person start feeling like you actually being rejected. You know what I'm saying, Barbara? Because it's like you with somebody that don't even show interest in you. So why are you wasting your time being with this person and they show no interest? And that's where the relationship starts to break up from, because now you see that, okay, well, I'm with someone who don't want to do nothing that I do, and every time I say to do something, it's a no, no, no. Then that tells you right there they're not even interest. Actually, they're not even interested in you. Just put it that way. Because when they continue to tell you that they don't want to be doing nothing that you want to do, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Like they don't
But
want to be
then they will
bothered.
turn around and do the
Mm-hmm.
same things that you asking them to do
With
with
somebody
someone
else.
else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I shared something to our page
Uh-huh.
about 2 days ago. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not all about the women's point of view, it's also
The
we
man.
share things about men's,
Right.
from men's
Right.
point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something that I shared about that, as far as men's being narcissistic, whereas they don't want to do these things with you, they have no interest in, or they from the outside looking, it's looking like the perfect uh relationship.
Relationship. Uh-huh.
But then from the outside, people, is not what it appears to be, because you might be in a place where it's no joy, is no happiness at home, but
Mm-hmm.
then it's arguing, all this type of stuff. But then on the outside, with other people's, is joy and happiness. Did you
Yeah.
see that I shared on our
Yeah, I
page?
seen that. I seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's from a man point of view, and that's what he was saying. Women, y'all need to wake up and say,
Mm-hmm.
because if a man have no interest in doing these things with you,
Mm-hmm.
he's just not into you like that.
Right.
Because any man, if he's with a woman and he respects that woman and he cares about what that woman thinks or feel,
Mm-hmm.
there's no such thing as this just me.
Yeah. True.
Because any man that loves a woman and cherish her and want to be with her
Uh-huh.
will make the appropriate changes to
True.
accommodate, their woman,
Yes.
and say, like he say, I'm not bashing men. He said, but I'm a man, and I
Mm-hmm.
know how we think and how we feel, and say,
Mm-hmm.
so when we interested in somebody, so we are a searcher. So when we interested in somebody, we gonna let them know, and we gonna do the things that they want, feel that they,
Mm-hmm.
want
Mm-hmm.
us to do to make them happy, because we want the relationship to blossom. So
Right.
if they give that line or that excuse that just me, say that's a bunch of bull crap, because a
Right.
man will change for the woman that he wants.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Especially if he planning on, making sure that he's pleasing and keeping her happy. And then you don't even have to tell them, because once they into you, they already know the things that you like. So they are planning it without you even saying, well, I know she like this, or I know he like that. So let me take her here, or let me take him there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna already
right,
know, because you know what they likes are. And that's how you know that you're um, your communication with each other is good, because now he knows what you like and you know what he like, and and you plan things together like that. Like, you might have something that your husband like, and you don't have to say anything. Oh, you know what, you'll say, I'm gonna plan this for him. He ain't gonna know, but I'm just gonna plan it because I know that would make him happy, because that's the thing he likes to do or she likes to do. So you really don't have to say nothing once you into each other like that. But if it's just you always being into that person, and that person ain't showing that they into you, it's just like you just with somebody who just with you just because, you know.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we speak,
Mm-hmm.
it's not all about women. It's just like it's not all about the men.
Yeah, right.
It's we talking about relationships and marriages, period. And
Right.
that in order to have a solid relationship, you have to have communication.
True.
You can't be one person trying to express themselves and the other person uh,
Mm-hmm. Not paying attention. Yeah.
paying no attention or only seeing one side.
Mm-hmm.
One side that you can't have a conversation without it being becoming argumental.
Mm-hmm. And the
So
worst thing you can do, the worst thing with that, Barbara, is you telling the person what you want, or how you feel, and they don't see it that way, or they block it out, like they don't want to have a conversation. But when it's their turn to say how they feel and everything, they want you to listen. But then when you respond back, we don't want to discuss it no more. End of the subject, or that I don't want to
right,
talk about it anymore. I said what I said. But see, that's bad right there, because you want me to listen to you and hear how you feel, but you don't want to listen to what I have to say. When I get ready to say something, it's like I don't want to have this discussion anymore. The subject is over, and walk away. So that,
right.
yeah, that
Because they get their point across, but they
they
don't want to
don't
hear
want you to
your
get your point across.
right.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Because it's something different than what they think. So
Mm-hmm.
it's automatically when it does that, it makes you feel like, and it's just showing you the picture that they not valuing uh your uh
Yeah.
opinion about it. It's just their
Mm-hmm.
opinion. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so
Yeah, that's Hugger, we talk about these relationships, but it's something, because a relationship has to be firm. It has to be firm. You have to connect with each other. And you got to be in the same accord with each other too. I mean, I think a lot of these relationships, you don't have things that both of you like to do. You don't have nothing in common. Say, put it that way, Barbara. You going one way, they going another way. So how do you supposed to communicate and be in a relationship like that when both of you going two different ways? And people stay in these relationships. I don't know if people feel that they don't want to be alone, or they're going to hope that something works out, and they deal with this for years and years and years, and then it has to come to a point somewhere that you got to take the time to look at it and see how is it making you feel. Is this situation stressing you out? Because that's what we're talking about, stressing yourself out, trying to deal with people and please people, and they not pleasing you, and then you're not even pleasing yourself because you're so busy trying to please this person. You're not even pleasing your own self or making your own self happy, because you're trying to make someone happy who don't even show no interest in you,
and
Barbara.
then that's such a bad feeling because now, even though you doing this to try to please somebody else, but
Mm-hmm.
all the time on the inside, you is being torn apart
Yeah. Yeah.
because you're not feeling happy about the situation that you have to keep pushing and keep pushing to
Christian. Yeah.
try to make things, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not getting that in return. And like
Right.
you say, at that point you start feeling uh the damage and effect of it, where you start feeling rejected, or you start feeling,
Mm-hmm.
some ways, or
Right.
why is you tolerating being mistreated to a certain extent, unappreciated, or
Yeah.
feel like you trying to force something that's
Yeah.
just isn't there. And so, it has the
Yeah.
mental effect on
Yeah,
people.
it does. And you have to get yourself to that point where you have to say, enough is enough. I'm not happy. I'm not, I'm not pleased. I'm stressed. I'm not feeling this. And you have to make a decision. It's like, okay, am I going to keep staying in something like this, or what am I going to do? Because all it's going to do is stress you out, and and every day you matter and matter. You get to where you don't want to be around that person. It's bad to be in a place with someone and it's like two strangers in the house. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
going one way, they going one way. There's no communication. There's nothing being said. You in and out, they in and out, and you walking through the house with someone or staying in the house with someone, and they ain't even a hello or how you doing or nothing. It's just like, I mean, who wants to live like that? That's terrible to even be you don't supposed to live like that. You're supposed to have a peace of mind every day. And the worst thing you can do is stress yourself out trying to please somebody who ain't thinking about pleasing you.
Yeah. And so, example two, I would say, like in a situation where, uh, when people put their friends ahead
Oh,
of their
yes.
relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if with me and you being friends, if it comes to a point now being in a relationship, don't mean that you not supposed to have friends or being in a
Right.
marriage. Let me just point that out. But if it comes to the point where it's your spouse or your significant other want to do this with you and took the effort of making this happen, and then
Mm-hmm.
your friends, especially single friends, want
Mm-hmm.
you to do this with them, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to neglect your relationship to go with your single friends? No.
Mm-hmm.
You supposed to commit into your marriage or
True.
your relationship. And
Yeah.
then tell your friend, well, my spouse had planned this, and I'm not gonna not go with my spouse to
Mm.
accommodate somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't expect you to do that.
Yeah.
If I wanted you to do something, and for instance, Perry had planned something for you,
Mm-hmm.
being a friend, I would say, girl, don't worry about it. We can reschedule that. We can
Right.
do that another day. But
Right.
people allow outsiders to come into their
Yeah.
relationship
What
and
I
and
yes.
mess it up because misery loves company.
Yes, because what do I do? Like when you always tell me you and your husband going out to the casino, I'd be like, okay, girl, enjoy yourself and call me when you get back. I'm
Right.
not going to say, well, Barbara, we supposed to do this or we supposed. I'm not going to step in between that because that's you and your spouse, your husband. That's y'all time. But you got people, like I said, misery love company because yours ain't right. You want mine to be not right too. So let me go in and make sure she don't go do this or she don't go do that. And it's unfortunate that people do that. But that's one thing you don't do. And
You
but
have to really pay,
yeah.
you have to really pay attention to that
Hmm.
because people will try to sabotage
Yes.
what you have going on because they don't have it
They
going on.
don't have what's going. Yeah, that's true. And you even
They
have to say
probably
like
have
that.
already lost their
Hmm.
person that was, there for
Right.
them, till they had
Hmm.
pushed them to the point of no return. So
Yeah.
they unhappy,
Hmm.
and then they want you in their misery space. And
Right.
so, you have to be wise, and you have to think for yourself, and you have to, you know,
Hmm.
just know, be mature enough to know where you're supposed to be at what given time. So,
Yes.
and
Yes,
not
that's
let
true.
anybody
Let
intervene.
nobody else step in the you're in the middle of that because
Hmm.
okay, girl, it's saying, we got to cut this short. We have to
Wow,
cut this
wow.
short. I
Yeah,
know, but this is a good short topic. But
yeah.
the point of it is that you have to please yourself. You shouldn't be in a relationship where you're not happy with that person. You shouldn't put yourself through that because that's the worst thing to do because everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to be in a happy and a healthy relationship. If your relationship is not healthy and you find yourself not happy, that's something that you need to remove yourself from because it's someone for everyone. Sometimes we put
Oh,
ourselves in these relationships and that's not who God had for you. But you pull yourself where you not listen to what God's telling you because God done told you and he done showed you, but you gonna do what you want to do because that's what you want. And then later on down the line, you're like, oh Lord, I didn't listen. I should have did what you told me to do. You told me, but I still because you gotta really know the person get to know the persons. Don't be so quick to jump in these relationships or into these marriages until you really know each other. Because people can be good in the beginning, and later on down the line, you see the true color in them. But God was showing you that before you got into it. You chose to do that. So the point of it is this: that don't put yourself in a relationship and stressing yourself out and trying to keep pleasing and make another person happy, but they ain't trying to make you happy or please you, Barbara.
Yeah, and so I don't want us to close without pointing out too that
Mm-hmm.
uh, that also consists of a family, and friends. You trying to maintain a friendship, and it's like you doing all the porn, you being a better
Yeah.
friend to that person than that person is being to you. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
they get to the point where they depending on you, like you they wanted your
Yeah.
dependence or something.
Right.
When you find yourself just giving, 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 and you're
Yeah.
not getting nothing back. And
And
so,
yes.
you know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
family and friends is also included in that. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
trying to make nobody happy, and you have to constantly reach out to them or in order to stay in contact, but they not
Yeah.
reaching out to
But they're
you.
not reaching out to you or trying to
Yeah,
assist you or trying to. They good for calling you and see what you can do for them. But what do you do
right.
for? Can they call
And
you
then
and you're
after
going to
you do
assist
it,
and
they
help them?
disappear, and then oh, I ain't heard from such and such. I ain't heard from
Yeah.
such and such. Well, guess what? You ain't heard from such and such because such and such don't need you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
when they need you, that's when they calling you.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
you have to
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have to just be aware of all peoples that trying to manipulate you to
Yeah, and them
a
kind of
certain
people, you
extent.
have to just love them from afar,
Yeah,
love
love
them
them
from
from
afar
afar.
and keep them out of
This,
your circle as
okay.
much as you can. Yeah,
Uh-huh. I
yes.
ain't got time for you. I can't deal with you. You stay in
Mm-hmm.
your place, I stay in
Must stay
mine.
alone. There you
And
go.
yeah,
Yeah,
so like I always said, I'm not a people's pleaser.
right. And
So
the
it's
sad part
easy for
about it,
me to
Barbara,
love you from a distance. I
yeah,
ain't never got to see you.
right.
You
But the
know?
bad part about it is that your family be the worstest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the family be the worstest one, and that's a sad thing. Some family members you hate to see them coming.
Okay.
Look,
Yes.
don't answer that door.
Uh-huh. And that's the is
Right.
dysfunctional to a certain extent in every family. Ain't no
Yes.
family perfect.
Right.
And you
Yes.
can expect it to be
Everybody got
perfect,
one.
but you don't have to deal with these type of people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you
That's
don't have
true.
to deal with them just because you family. You don't have
Yeah.
to deal with
Yeah.
them. Let them stay in their place and you stay in yours. Y'all cross each other path. Hey, how you doing? How you been
And
doing?
keep it
Keep
moving.
it moving.
Keep it moving. Keep
Uh-huh.
it
Keep it
moving.
moving.
All
Yeah.
right,
So
girl.
okay, well
Well,
this was a good short one and we look forward to seeing you all. We're gonna try to be consistent with it, but sometimes it's difficult because of the different things that we are doing. But
yes.
we're going to try to come back next week with a different topic. Hope you all enjoyed it and you have a wonderful day.
And we'll see you again in another week or so. Have a blessed day. All right, Barbara.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.